My hands above my waist and I never dance when I'm in this place because me and your mans is what it hate. I'm tripping. Anyway, hello, and welcome back to another episode of Girlfriend Let Me Tell You the podcast for the single black mother. I'm your host, Latasha Ingram. Y'all, welcome back to another episode. I'm so happy to be here to talk to y'all. Let me tell you something. I have had one heck of a week. And in case y'all don't know, I have been single since September. Wah, wah, wah. It's not the end of the world, though. Anyway, what I wanted to talk about is because y'all already know that I'm a single mother, which means I've already done the nasty before. So this episode might be short, come to think about it. But I just feel like I am not going to wait until I get married to have sex again. There are some people who decide they want to practice abstinence, and I tried the abstinence thing before. Now, I will say, I do not have a problem waiting to have sex. Like, I don't mind going long periods of time without sex, but I'm just saying I'm not going to tell y'all I'm not going to have sex until I get married. Like, who trying to do that? Literally, who is trying to do that? Leave me a comment in the comment section or send me a message telling me, girl, I'm trying to wait. I don't care. I know I have men listening too. If you are a man or if you are a woman who is waiting until you get married to have sex and you've already had sex before, like you've been throwing that thing around, go on and send me a message and let me know what's going on, right? So here is what I feel like. Because I've had sex before, I know what I like. And this is what I don't understand. And I don't have to understand other people's situation. But what I do want to understand is if you are a person who knows what you like sexually, if you know how you want to be touched, if you know that you don't even want to be touched, if you know whether or not you like kissing, if you know what your foreplay consists of, if you know what the setting has to be like, if you know what you like for the person to do, what you don't like them to do, if you know what you like to get away with doing, if you know how spontaneous you want it to be, if you know how often you want it, and you know what you're looking for, what turns you on about a person's body, because some people like for your body to be a clean slate. They don't want you to have no tattoos, no piercings. Some people want you to be extra perfect with no scars. But then there are other people who might say, you know what? I like for your nipples to be pierced. Some people might say, I like for you to have a tongue ring and see what you can do with it. There are some people who do not use their mouth at all during sex. So then my question is, if you are waiting until marriage to have sex with this person, then how do you know that when you get married, you are going to like the sex? Marriage is a not marriage is a part of sex. Sex is a part of marriage. And this is not the biggest part. I will tell you that because I'm 39 years old now, so I can go a long period of time without having sex. But if you and I are going to get married, I want to see it. I want to touch it. I want to feel it. I want to see it grow. I want to see it when it's not grown. I want to know how it feels in my hands. Like, I want to know how long it'll last. I want to know what you can do with it. I want to know if you and I were to have sex, if I can coach you on how to pleasure me sexually, right? I want to know all of those things because I feel like it's just like you wouldn't go out here and say, I'm not going to look inside of this house before I buy it. You're not going to say, I want to buy this vehicle before I drive it. You're not going to say, I want to work a job before I know what the description is. You would not do that. So I don't understand how people can say, I can wait until I get married to have sex, especially people who have already had sex before. Now, if you're one of those people who were like, it don't really matter what the sex is like, I could take it or leave it, that's different. But for me personally, I know that after sex, here's something else that's very important. After sex, I like to cuddle. So I would hate to be with somebody who was like maybe affectionate in the early stages of our relationship, what I like to call affectionate in the middle, and then whenever we get married, they're like, yeah, but don't touch me after sex. You know what I'm saying? Or someone who might like to watch porno during sex, or somebody who really gets off from having a threesome. Or somebody who was like, you know what, the reason why I didn't want to have sex until marriage is because my penis is small, right? Then what you gonna do? I think you can divorce someone if they don't pleasure you sexually. I can't remember what it's called, but I've seen it on TV, maybe in the movies or something. I know it was like there was a couple. I think the wife divorced the husband because of his sexual performance. Anyway, save yourself time. Now, of course, I can't tell y'all what to do, but I'm telling you, my preference is if I am going to get married one day, it's going to be with someone whom I've already had sex with. Call me what you want to, but I know somebody listening is like, girl, same thing with me. I cannot wait until I get married to have sex. Here's a couple more things. Emotions are attached to sex, right? And so I feel like if if you like me or love me the way you say that you like me or you love me, and we have sex, like I said earlier, I need to be able to coach you to where you can please me. And I need you to be verbal to tell me what I need to do to please you. And in addition to that, we do need to have other interests outside of sex, because on the days where I might not feel like it, or you might not feel like it, or we're going through something, I don't want our relationship to be built on sex to where that's the only way we get along with each other. That's the only way we can deal with each other, is to have sex. Like every problem is solved by sex, or a lot of problems start because of sex. But I'm just saying, if you want to marry me, I'm going to have to see what that penis do. I'm going to have to see that penis, and I'm going to have to feel it. Now, that's just me. But I know I have more people listening who agree with me than I have people who do not agree with me. But again, however you feel about it, if you're watching on YouTube, you have the comment box below. Tell me what you feel like, right? Tell me what you're thinking. Or you can go ahead and email me. My email address is going to be in the show notes. Go ahead and email me and be like, girl, let me tell you what I think, right? And if you're going to email me and you want to send me something private, you can tell me if you want me to read your comment on my YouTube video, to read what you said. It'll be anonymous, but I'd like to know what y'all think. Are y'all going to wait until you get married to have sex? Or if someone asked you or told you, hey, I'm waiting until marriage to have sex, how would that make you feel? Would that be a deal breaker for you? And if you are a person who is engaged, or if you are someone who did wait until marriage to have intercourse, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking people are saying, I don't want to have intercourse until I get married. But even if that's the case, then what was y'all doing before? Was y'all touching on each other, taking showers together, sleeping naked, feeling on each other? Does oral sex count as sex before marriage? I have questions for the people who are actually doing it, or the people who actually tried to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm 39 years old. Hey, I'm not no spring chicken. So I need to know, if I'm going to have a man who is my age or older, I need to make sure that penis still works. I don't want to have to wait 2, 4, 6, 18 hours after I'm in the mood for y'all to pop a pill for your penis to get hard, or whatever the situation is, because I haven't had to deal with that yet. Or if I did, he kept it a secret that he had to take a pill to get his erection. But whatever the case is, Latasha Ingram, the host of Girlfriend Let Me Tell You the podcast, am not waiting until marriage to have sex. Hair flip. So those of you who are watching who are listening to the podcast but not watching on YouTube, hair flip, I ain't waiting. So for those of you who want to wait, and those of you who don't, it doesn't matter what your choice is, because girlfriend, you've got this.